Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel At Home with Shell. So today I will be sharing with you how I panelled my daughter's bedroom. You can see a little sneak peek of it behind. So I've gone for the picture style panelling with a Dado Rail, and I've panelled the whole room in here. It's quite a small room, but today I'll be sharing everything that from the how to do the measurement, everything that you'll need to do it, and then obviously the finished result as well. If you are thinking about doing panelling, then I really hope this video helps you. I am no DIY expert at all, and if I can do this and it turned out all right, then believe me, anybody can. Well, I really hope you do enjoy it. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, and if you are new, then I would love for you to consider subscribing. I've then done a separate video where I'll show you the whole room transformation that will be up in a couple of weeks too. With regards to the panelling itself, so I'm actually using this Dado wall kit, which is almost like the picture frame style panelling. I'm using this kit that I picked up from B&Q, which made it easier for me because I know how long the Dado Rail will be itself and then how long the actual mouldings will be. So the first thing you need to do is actually measure your wall and then decide on how big the gaps and everything will be. So basically, so I've got all of my workings out here to show you. So I measured my room. It's basically 290 centimetres across, 292 centimetres across. So that's how big I need my Dado Rail, and then I've measured the shorter part as well. In here, the decorative mouldings going across, so these ones are 515 millimetres, and I have worked that out that I will need 4. So basically 4 of the picture frames going along this wall. So what you then want to do is the 515 times 4, basically times it by however many of the frames that you want. So if you only want 3 of them going along, you times it by 3. If you want 5, and so on. So I want 4, so I've done 515 times 4 is 2060 millimetres. I've then got the, you then want to take that from the actual length of your wall. So the length of my wall is 2,927 millimetres. From that I will take 2,060, which gives me 867. So that's basically the space that I will have left either side of the once I've taken the picture frames away. Then you want to work out how many gaps you want. So the gaps will basically be one more than the number of picture frames that you're having. So if you're having 3, then you want 4 gaps. I'm having 4, so my gaps will be 5. You then get that number, so 867 divided by 5, because that's how many gaps I will have. That is 173.4 millimetres. So then what that tells me is that each gap between my panelling needs to be 173 millimetres. And then to work out the top, I just decided how tall that you want your Dado Rail to be. So I want mine basically 912 millimetres tall. So I'm going to put a line where I want that. And then from that, you take the longest, where's the longest one? The longest side of the panel from that. So the longest one in this kit is 690. So what you want to do is 912 minus 690 equals 222 millimetres. And then divide that by 2, because that will give you the top and bottom gap, and then that will give you 111 millimetres. So I know that I need it 111 millimetres up from where the skirting board is, and 111 millimetres down from where the Dado Rail is. Honestly, it's not even, it probably sounds quite complicated, but it's not actually that complicated at all. The best way to do it is just to draw out your wall on a piece of paper like so. I've just done it really roughly here, and then you can put exactly what your measurements are. And then I'm going to, before I actually start the panelling, is do it on the wall with masking tape, just to make sure that all my measurements work correctly. Before getting started, get out everything that you need. So I've got a saw, no more nails, and a cartridge gun, some caulk. I've got a leveller, like a laser leveller, a metre long ruler, some masking tape, frog tape masking tape, and a spirit level. I forgot to say, because I was just using it, but you will also need a measuring tape. You can see on the wall that I've drawn out where all of the panelling needs to go, so I just use the pencil, a ruler and the laser leveler, which is honestly so handy. I couldn't have done any of this without it. I would recommend doing this if you are a novice to panelling, because it just means that you can double check your measurements, and if anything doesn't look right then you can obviously alter it whilst you've got pencil on the wall instead of the panels themselves. As you can see, I've done all of the markings now, so what I'm going to do is now start to actually put the panelling up. So I'm going to use no more nails that I've just put into one of the guns as well, super easy. You can obviously use a nail gun, but these are fairly light, so I don't think I'm going to need that. Hopefully these will hold. So to hold it in place, I'm just going to put a little bit of masking tape, because obviously I haven't got a nail gun or anything, but hopefully it should dry fairly quickly. Put that one on then. So just tape it down. That's it.
Arabella.
Push the tape on. I'm going to tell everyone that you help panel your bedroom. This way over here. I've got one panel down and now I've just got another 3 to go on this wall, and then obviously I need to do the rest of the room. But yeah, I'm pretty impressed with myself so far, to be honest. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be, so I'm now going to get on and do the rest of the room. The kit makes it super easy as well, because each picture frame part comes like wrapped together. So in here it's all wrapped up, and you've got the 2 short sides and then the 2 long sides, so it just makes everything so much easier. I would definitely recommend getting this pack. So as I mentioned at the start, this pack was from B&Q, and I think it's called the Cheshire Mouldings kit. So there you go, you've got your 2 short sides and the 2 long sides. So honestly, it's just, I'm actually quite impressed now. The measuring was the longest part and drawing it all out on the wall, but actually putting the mouldings up is probably the easiest part. But I've obviously still got to do the big Dado Rail, so we'll see how we get on with that. So I've done all of this wall now. The only thing that I need to do is put the Dado Rail on it as well. I am going to finish all the rest of the wall, so I'm going to basically repeat what I've done here on this wall here and then on the wall behind me. So that wall behind over there is exactly the same size, so I'll basically have 4 of the picture panels on there, and then this one I'm going to do 3 on it, so my measurements will be slightly different. And then I've decided that I'm actually going to put the Dado Rail on afterwards once it's all complete. So yeah, I'm not going to film all of that, and I'll come back and show you when it's all done and then put in the Dado Rail on. I thought I'd give you a bit of progress. So I've done all of the picture part of the panelling now. I did this one evening and then I've just finished this off today. So the radiator bit was a little bit tricky because I had to take the radiator off, and then I'm going to have to higher it slightly compared to where it was because of the panelling. But yeah, that's all done now. So all I need to do now is put on the Dado Rail bit. So you can see in the corner here that I've had to get them cut at a 45-degree angle. So I've had both of those cut. They're the only 2 that I needed cut because the rest of it will just go in place. I'm just going to put this one on. This Dado over here.
Right. Happy, we're going to start again. Do you want to do snowman? Want to cycle around the horn?
So this bit I had to cut to size off another one. So I'm just going to put this in now. The Dado is now up all around the room. This side was a bit tricky because this wall wasn't flat up there, so that was quite hard to get down. I had to cut it to size there obviously, and then had to cut another bit to size, and this join has actually worked quite well. I don't know if you can see there, you can't really see that join at all, so I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. My measurements were very accurate, clearly. So yeah, now everything is, I've put the radiator back on as well. This bit was really tricky doing around here because I had to take all the radiator off and then position it slightly differently when I put it back on. So now what I'm going to do is paint this bottom bit white, and then I've got some various different shades of pink that I'm going to do up here. Now it's ready to paint. I've got this frog tape. I always use this one. It's much better than any other tapes that I've used. I find that when I use this one, the paint doesn't run at all. So I'm just going to tape up along the walls and the skirting boards and then paint this bottom bit white. I've finished all the caulking now. The only other thing that I've done is just sanded over some of the edges just where they were a little bit rough, but I hardly had to do any, to be honest. And now this area I'm just going to paint in a white paint. So I've just got pure brilliant white that I picked up from Wix, and then I've got, where's my little roller gone? I've got this mini tray and a roller which I've misplaced somewhere. Oh, there it is. So I've got this roller as well that I'm going to put on. And then I've also got a couple of paintbrushes, but first of all I just need to use the frog tape to put around everywhere. So this is the panelling finished, which I'm super pleased with. I really like the white contrasting against the pink. I'm not sure how well it's showing up on the camera, but it's quite a light pink that I've got in here. Yeah, I just think it looks really nice. So I've got it the whole way around the room. I've still got to finish a few bits in the room, so I had to change the measurements slightly here. And then, yeah, I've got it like all the way around here as well. So yeah, super pleased. I've still got a few things to do to finish in here, so I will show that in my next video, but I really hope this video has been useful. As always, thank you for watching, and if you do any panelling as a result of this video and you found it useful, then please do let me know in the comments down below.